Good morning. This morning I'm drinking rose hip tea. This is rose hip tea. Rose hip tea is very high in antioxidants, so very good for anti-aging, for reversing the aging process. As well as it'll help you lean out, it'll help you lose weight because it'll free the toxins, it'll wash the toxins out of your body. It'll also clean your brain. So I'm a big advocate for a diet high in antioxidants. It'll also prevent conditions such as Alzheimer's. It'll help treat conditions such as arthritis, any inflammatory condition, and it'll help with it'll prevent Alzheimer's as well. So a diet high in antioxidants, especially if you're active, if you're training and you're thinking, it'll produce free radicals in the body, and it's a good idea to keep these washed out. I see loads of people running around with these stupid water bottles, I call them. And really, the reason they're running around with these stupid water bottles is because I see everybody else running around with these stupid water bottles. Because I've asked a few of them why they're running around with the stupid water bottle, and they say, "Oh, I have to stay hydrated, I have to stay hydrated." And I said, I never saw anyone fucking getting dehydrated doing sweet fuck all. Do you know what I mean? They're doing sweet fuck all, sitting on a bus or driving around or whatever, and just sipping his water, sipping his water, sipping his water. But what the water does, what excess water does, is it doesn't only wash out the toxins, it washes out all the nutrients as well. So this constantly drinking water flushes out everything. And then that combined with a shit diet, like a cheap diet of pasta, all the time, which is a lot of what people travelling eat a lot is pasta. I see them not eating a lot of pasta. But that combined with your excessive water washes out, leaves you deficient in nutrients, and leaves you with deficiency that the body doesn't have enough nutrients to manufacture the necessary hormones and neurotransmitters to work at optimal. So what I would advise you to do is swap it out for a flask like this, a tea flask. If you watch the Chinese, all the Asians, they all look about 10-year younger. So 10-year younger than they actually are compared to Western people. So if you're 50, you look 40, but they all look younger, but they all drink tea. They all carry tea flasks and drink green tea, rose hip tea, all sorts of teas. I have a selection of teas in the fridge. I might show them to you tomorrow. But all sorts of teas they drink, and that's what keeps them looking so young, and also helps for their calm demeanour. They're not fucking coffee monsters. So this helps them with their calm demeanour, their calm mind, and keeps them looking young. Teas is the way to go. Now, in saying that, I might go back to coffee. I'll see. I'll have to think about it. I usually drink the rose hip tea during the day. I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and I drink the rose hip tea during the day. And then I have some black tea there as well, and I have some herbal tea there as well. I have a range of teas, but I drink them during the day, and to flush out the antioxidants, a diet high in antioxidants. So there we are. That's enough about the tea. I won't be going to Korea. That girl messaged me back and told me she's married, and she said if I want to come to Korea that I could get a job in a factory or on construction. That most of the foreigners get jobs in factories and on construction, and if I learn Korean, then I can get a job teaching English. Now, I could get a job here doing that. As I say, I'm a lift engineer. Or if I really wanted it, I don't have to learn Korean to teach English. That wasn't my objective. There's a number of platforms that you can join, and they will pay you per hour to teach English. You can set your own rate. You can set the hours that you want to work, and they will give you clients. Because lots of people want to, especially Chinese and Japanese, they want to learn English from a native English speaker. And for some people, this is absolutely the best way to learn languages. There was one fellow I was talking to here recently, and he said he hates the way they teach languages is in school. He said he hates that. He'd much rather learn it by through conversation and somebody telling them, no, that's not right, but this is how you say it. But learn from a native speaker. And personally, I think that's the best way to learn languages. But there's a reason I don't do that. But I could get that, and I could do that here during the day. But there's a reason I don't do that, because that's That's not my role. That's not my role. And I honestly couldn't give a fuck about the money. And when I say I couldn't give a fuck about the money, I couldn't give a fuck about the money. There's a reason I had no money. And that's because from this no money I get experience. And she said to me that Korea is a lovely country to live in. It's comfortable and nice food and very comfortable. And I said, comfort is the last thing I'm looking for. I said, the price of aestheticism is boredom. Boredom in which life loses all meaning. Now, this is a belief I had, and I read from Kierkegaard's philosophy. Kierkegaard said that the price of aestheticism is boredom. And this was a belief that I clung to and believed to be true. But then, using my own empirical knowledge from my own experience and questioning this belief all day yesterday after I said this, I've come to the realization that it's not true. This is not true. And neither is he. Also said that the first choice a man has to make is the virtuous man or the ethical man. And this is the first choice that one has to make. But he said the irony is that the ethical man is the virtuous man. And I also question this belief, and this is not true either. And I'll now explain why, but I don't think I'll have time to explain the two. But I'll explain why the price of aestheticism is not boredom. This depends on a number of variables. When I left the hostel in Plovdiv, remember, your man pushed me to manage the hostel in Plovdiv, pushed me to take on the bookings and do the bookings and everything in Plovdiv. And eventually, then one morning, I said, with the little one, she says, fuck this place, I'm leaving here and never going back. And I said, yeah, fuck this place, I'm going as well. And I went with her, and we ended up back here. I ended up back here in Blico Terranova. Now, this is a completely different hostel. This is, as I said, this is a sort of a place for classier people. It's not. It's spotless. It's quiet. It's a quaint. It's a quaint little city, you know. But I like this city. But when you spend a certain amount of time here, I've sort of made the analogy that it's sort of like being in jail, because even though like I can go out around the town whenever I like. The city is quite small, and after a while, like. Well, a lot of people get bored here, and a lot of people say, like, they come here and they say, oh, I've seen it now, and they go after 1 or 2 days. But I've sort of learned to sit with myself. And in questioning this belief, then I said to myself, like, the hostel, like, when I came back the first night I was here after coming back from Plovdiv, I was up in the bed and I was here on my own. And the thought came into my head, everything is choice. And the price of aestheticism is boredom. The price of security and comfort, the price of security and comfort is boredom. And I leapt out of bed and said, you fucker, you know, am I after making a mistake? And I got a little bit of a panic attack. I said, am I after making a mistake? And then I calmed down. I said to myself, no, I don't make mistakes. I don't make mistakes. I don't make mistakes. And the reason I don't make mistakes is because what choice I do have is whether to listen to my soul or not listen to my soul. And this is not even a choice if your actions are determined by fear and desires and aversions. If your actions are determined by desires and aversions, then it's not a choice to listen to your soul. You just don't listen to your soul. Your actions are determined by desires and aversions. But I had to learn, well, my soul, I'm fortunate enough that my soul teaches me philosophy. So the first thing it did is teach me how to want nothing. It took a bit of time now, mind you, how to want nothing, expect nothing, and fear nothing. I listen to my soul. But in saying that, I also think for myself, and I do question it, and we do reason, we do have to talk about it. And he explains to me the reason behind everything, even though some things some things he explains afterwards, but I'll talk about that after anyway. Like ending up here. Like when I was in Plovdiv first, when I got to Plovdiv first, I said, "Here, fuck this! I'm out here. I'm not staying here. For those who don't know the story, you can go back in the videos. But I said, fuck it, I'm out here. And he said, stay until I tell you to go. You stay until I tell you to go. And I said, fair enough, I stayed till you tell me to go. And then 2 days later, I said, fuck this. I'm not staying here. I'm fucking out here. I'm not staying here. And that's when there was an intervention from God. And I haven't talked to God that much lately, but God said, this is God. Stay where you are and create something beautiful. And I said, okay, I'll stay where I am. So then I said to myself, right, I'll adjust my my temper to suit my environment, which I did. And that was an experience. And then I came back here, and it was all, well, I documented that whole experience in my videos. But then I came back here and I said to myself, oh, the price of aestheticism, because this is security and comfort. I can stay here as long as I want. It's comfortable. I can live well. And I said to myself then yesterday, when I after saying this to her, the universe started put on this thing, and I started to, I wonder why couldn't trying to figure out why there's very few clients here, because I'm here on my own an awful lot of time. I'm here on my own, and I just like I go to the gym and I sit and I think up on the porch. I sit and think. I could think for 4 or 5 hours, like, you know, and it's a sort of a meditation where you just sit and you just listen and you just listen to your soul, and this is where the philosophy comes from. But yesterday was saying to me, is that true? That this is aestheticism, this is security and comfort, what I have now. And I said, no, this is not true. And the reason it's not true is because I'm continuously working on myself. I go to the gym every day, I do my philosophy. I always say if the philosophy is good, life is good. So I'm always contemplating my conceptual experiences, which keeps me in the present, and I'm always thinking and thinking, for example, about this philosophy, and I'm questioning my beliefs and questioning everything. And for example, I said to myself about the aestheticism, I know people like to live my lifestyle would drive them absolutely fucking nothing, only stress, frustration, fear, consumed with fear, stress, frustration, and then for example, they might be perfectly happy in security and comfort. They wouldn't be able for this lifestyle. But the reason I'm able for this lifestyle is because I'm fortunate enough that my soul teaches me philosophy. And the way I learned that philosophy is through experience. So I said to myself yesterday, like, no, even though this is aestheticism, I'm continuously working on myself, so I'm never bored. And it asked me yesterday, was I bored? Because it really put the turn screws on the boredom feeling. But I kept refuting it and kept refusing it, kept rejecting it. I said, no, I'm not bored. No, I wouldn't agree with that. Even though I go to bed early, I get a good sleep, I'm up here at 5 o'clock in the morning making these videos. So I'm doing my role, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing my role, but I listen to my soul fearlessly. And that now I understand what Jean-Paul Sartre said when he was in jail. He said, even though he said, I'm free. Once my mind is free, I'm free. It doesn't matter if I'm in jail. It doesn't matter if I'm trapped. And I only understood this last night. If my mind is free, because the mind and the soul are one and the same. But if my mind is free, I'm free. It doesn't matter if I'm in this jail. This is just an experience. But my mind is free, and this has given me this experience. Again, he was a very good philosopher, Jean-Paul Sartre. But I couldn't understand love, but now it's starting to make sense. For example, that made sense last night. Once my mind is free. But I'm constantly working on my mind, and now yesterday when it said to me on my board, I said, no, I had a very good day in the gym today. I went down to the gym, and now when I originally went back to the gym and I started trying to do the lunges, I was all over the place. We're going left and right. All the little stabilization muscles hadn't strengthened up, but now they're starting to strengthen up, and I'm starting to be able to lunge a lot better. I was also making a mistake when I went to the gym that I was trying to max out every time I went to the gym, and I was killing myself and I wasn't enjoying it. But now I've started to make incremental changes, and this is the same with life. Make incremental changes, but constantly working on yourself. And people looking for meaning in life and looking for purpose in life. When Kierkegaard said life loses all meaning, life doesn't lose any meaning. The best purpose you could have in life and the best meaning you could find in life is to continuously work on yourself and continuously work on yourself and question things like, why am I drinking water? Am I drinking water because everybody else is drinking water? Or even think about what I'm saying about swapping out the stupid water bottle for the tea flask. Because I gave you a reasoning for it. I gave you a reason for it. Now you can reject that, refute that. This is your choice. But at least think about it. And don't have consumerism and marketing. Just as they say, the best way to sell anything is tied to an emotion, tied to a feeling. And this is why I say everything should be with reason. Everything should be with reason. Now, when saying that, I also said to myself, that this is not quite aestheticism, because if I was to say to myself, if I was to even think for myself, oh, I'm stuck here forever, I'll never get down here, that's going to cause me a lot of frustration. But that's not the case, because I've already handed in my notice, and when a new volunteer comes, I'll be going. I don't know where yet. I just know it won't be to Korea. I just know it won't be to Korea now anyway. Good morning.